On this episode of DC On Screen, the countdown to Zack Snyder's Justice League continues as we present our commentary track for Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice, the Ultimate Edition, right after these words from our mystery sponsors.
Discover the unparalleled beauty of Kanab, Utah, the heart of the parks, and the ultimate base camp for your national park adventures. Kanab, Utah offers easy access to not one, not two, but three of America's most iconic national parks. Explore the majestic Grand Canyon, hike the stunning trails of Zion, and witness the awe-inspiring landscapes of Bryce Canyon. All just a stone's throw away from Kanab. But Kanab is more than just a gateway. Locals call it the Little Hollywood. It's a charming town with a vibrant community. So whether you're an outdoor enthusiast, a nature lover, or a curious traveler, Kanab welcomes you to make unforgettable memories in the heart of the parks. Plan your journey to Kanab today at visitkanabutah.com. Your gateway to endless adventures starts here.
Of all the kitchen hacks I know, Better Than Bouillon is my favorite. It's great for broth, of course, but you can also use Better Than Bouillon as a flavor enhancer. Just a spoonful adds so much flavor to stir fry, sauces, even marinades. Plus, they have reduced sodium and organic options, and the Culinary Collection, which includes amazing flavors like Italian herb and smoky chipotle. Make everything better with Better Than Bouillon. For free shipping on 2 or more jars, use code BETTER at betterthanbouillon.com.
Welcome into DC On Screen episode 629. This is the podcast where we talk about the DC Comics multiverse on film and television, give honest opinions on projects upcoming and past, and believe that every version of a property is valid, even if we don't want it to be. If it's been released, it is fair game, so beware of spoilers. And welcome to the show. I'm David Z. Robertson, and this, the man who, despite loving Scrubs, has no interest in Cougar Town, Jason Goss.
Yep.
That's pretty explanatory. I don't know.
Yeah, nothing to add. It also sounded like you just meant despite petting me over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
Like I scratched his neck for like 2 hours and he still didn't love Cougar Town.
So thank you so much to the patrons out there and to all you listeners. Over on Patreon, $1 a month gets you every episode ad-free. $5 a month gets you that, plus whatever else we decide to put up. Mm-hmm. You can also go over to DCOnScreen.com and click the donate button if you want to help out that way. Or you can go and grab some merch on our store, also accessible through DCOnScreen.com. So today we're doing our Batman v Superman commentary. Some big news did drop this week. I have been asked what our thoughts are about it. So I guess we can briefly talk about that. Basically, multiple sources came out and said that Warner Brothers is working to put a new Superman movie out with J.J. Abrams. And other sources said that they're still separate from that, exploring a POC Superman. That's a person of color, Superman. Mm-hmm. And a lot of sources have lumped those two in together because the man writing the J.J. Abrams is African American. So it's caused a lot of hubbub. And I've got two thoughts. One, all of this is very suspiciously timed. I feel like they are just doing everything they can to distract from Zack Snyder's Justice League coming out.
Yeah,
because
Jack Frost feels to it, doesn't it?
Yeah, the Jason Momoa and Jack Frost, which is not a real movie, but they said it was to basically make Ray Fisher sound like he was a liar. Mm-hmm. So we've seen Warner Brothers do this kind of shit before. And, I've been told I'm paranoid, but guess what? I'm not. This is what they do. This is what they're doing. Like, there's a difference. Warner Media wants Zack Snyder's Justice League to do well because they put money into it.
Right.
So do HBO Max. Warner Brothers Pictures, that's Toby Emmerich, that's Walter Hamada, Jeff Johns, all these guys who, eschewed Zack Snyder and brought in Joss Whedon to mangle the thing. Mm-hmm. So if this turns out to be a huge success, they look like idiots.
Yep.
You know, they're they're not sitting too pretty. It's a very public shaming.
Yeah. Well, we're also watching like deeply public shadow boxing in a way.
Mm-hmm.
That it's annoying to even have to be in that position where you're looking at something and being like, yeah, okay, all right. Well, independently, I would love to hear that we were doing, you know, a POC Superman of any kind. Frankly, sounds fun. Let's do it.
Yeah.
But let's look at the timing.
Right.
I feel like you were just trying to take the wind out of somebody's sails, and on top of that, you're teasing a group of people that would love to see that.
Yeah, and I feel like they're bringing that up also to diminish what Ray is saying. And Ray Fisher responded, and he says, "Do y'all remember the time Walter Hamada and WB Pictures tried to destroy a black man's credibility and publicly delegitimize a very serious investigation with lies in the press? But hey, Black Superman." It's about how I feel about it. Like,
that's pretty much it. Yeah, yeah. I would absolutely spend that money to watch that thing, but shit, man, the timing is like, I can't even take it seriously.
it's very suspect. So I'll
I can't
believe
even
it when
get
I see
excited
it.
about it in
Nah.
its own right, and that has nothing to do with Henry Cavill and how much I would like him to continue the role.
Yeah, I mean, look, man, I'd be happy to see, you know, Michael B. Jordan producing, Michael B. Jordan starring in,
Oh, he'd be fantastic.
you know, Calvin Ellis as Superman,
Yeah.
right alongside Henry Cavill. Let's do multiverse. We have 3 Batmen in the movies supposedly right now, so shit, let's do it. I don't care. It doesn't bother me. I've got a Calvin Ellis figure over here. I'm sitting right here. I've got. It doesn't bother me. I just think it's really bad timing and very obvious timing.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate part, is the obviousness of the tactic.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we could be wrong, but
We're
you know
not.
what's fucked up is it. Yeah, I don't think so. But even if we were wrong about whether it was a serious venture, it would still just be like, yeah, okay, but you released the news and greenlit this thing like when exactly?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. You couldn't wait until, I don't know, at least March 30th.
Right.
This had to be released right now. Okay, cool.
Yep. It's all a bunch of bullshit, man. They know what they're doing.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get to Batman v Superman because I want to talk about that.
Yeah, I get it. I dig it.
All right. So I'm on Vudu, by the way.
I'm on Amazon, which has a 3:02:31 runtime.
Mine's got a 3:02:29 runtime.
I'm going to get to see 2 glorious seconds that you never will.
Mm-hmm.
Should we hit play on 3?
Sure. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that music, man.
Mm-hmm. I've spent a lot of time with that music recently.
Just love it.
Yeah, it was a good speech too. I'll go ahead and make this full screen and enjoy myself.
Mm-hmm. Someone yelling after Bruce. Bruce. It reminds me of, I saw these like, I saw these parents at the store the other day, and they were just, I don't know, man. Just, they were not in good shape.
Mm-hmm.
But they were yelling after their very thin child, screaming, "Stop running!" And I was just like, "That's a bad lesson."
Stop running, you'll kill us. If we got to chase you, we're done.
It's like in 10 years, you guys are going to be like, "You used to be so thin. What happened?" You kept yelling at her to stop running.
Yeah.
I feel like there's always just like adults running around screaming at kids for running.
I know. I love the idea that the kids are secretly just trying to help them up a little bit.
Secretly, to even them to themselves, like it's just instinct at that point. They're just like, we're fighting, man. We're struggling.
Yeah.
We're trying our best to stay healthy, but
I remember watching this and thinking, like, man, this is probably the 70th time I've seen this scene, but pretty good.
Yeah.
And there are things where, like, part of me is like, well, you got to have the pearls. And the other part of me is like, yeah, but everybody has the pearls. I could have gone with either way.
Yeah, but, you know.
I like them being broken on the gun, though.
I do, too.
That's nice. And that little look. Two actors I love. I forget her name. It's been too long since I've watched The Walking Dead. But, man, she's got some serious muscles acting wise, man. I've seen her do some stuff that was incredible. And it's not like she gets a lot of play. She's got what, 40, 60 seconds worth of on-screen time to really do some acting and kills it.
Yep.
Didn't need much time at all.
Nope.
And then there's Morgan over there, just fucking doing his thing too.
It's a shame we never got that Flashpoint movie they talked about.
I know. He was so excited, and I was excited for him.
I mean, you know, it could still happen, possibly. Zack Snyder's Justice League coming. Maybe they'll do something. Maybe it'll be a huge, rollicking success, and we'll get Snyder's vision plus a Flashpoint and a Ben Affleck series. And
I won't fight it if it happens. I do remember this being the point. All right, you remember in the theater, we were watching this the first time, and this was the moment right when he lifts off the ground where I kind of leaned into you and I was like, what the actual fuck is happening right now?
Yeah. We were very worried for a second.
Like, I think you said, like, I don't know. Let's see. Like, wait, I was worried we were going to get some sort of Catwoman background for Batman that I hadn't heard about before. Like,
yeah.
Oh, no, it's fine. He falls in a well after his parents' death and he becomes bat-powered. Like, no, I didn't want Man-Bat. I wanted Batman.
The bites are biting his fingertips, you know?
Yeah.
I loved this. Metropolis, mankind is introduced to the Superman. Oh my God, I love that so much. That's fantastic.
And a pretty solid callback to the Ubermensch, like the Nietzsche concept.
Yes.
Like if that reference isn't understood, it's not because you didn't have it in your it's you literally just didn't know about it. It's that obvious.
Oh my God.
So much fun.
I love this whole sequence.
Blacked out. I forget what brand it is. It's one of those that cracked me up watching it a few times. I'm like, oh, Jeep, cool. You paid a lot of money to be this scene.
They should have chosen a different name other than Jack.
Really, I think
it sounds like he says
talked
Dad.
about this before. It keeps sounding like Dad.
It does.
Like, Roger, get out of there. You know, anything other than blah.
The guy's name is just not my father.
Yeah.
Not my father,
but father figure.
No, I think it's probably...
I'm sorry. Not my father, but person I put in charge of other people, like a father figure.
You know, it's Zack. It was
not
probably
Dad.
pretty
Get out of there.
It was actually probably intentional to call him Jack and to make it sound like Dad almost.
Oh, yeah. No, it's off screen and we'll never hear about it, but the guy's last name was probably Kirby.
Well, no, I was thinking it was... Zack probably wanted it to sound like Dad to sort of weight
the
conversation and make it feel like, you know, Bruce was actually losing family here.
Yeah, I could see that. We're coming up on one of the best Bruce Wayne moments ever put on film.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not that he doesn't look. I think damn regal right there. But this just absurd preternatural thing happens. What does Bruce Wayne do?
Run towards the danger. Yeah.
No cape, no armor, no nothing. Runs at it. Affleck also just got super V-shaped for this role. Yeah, that's when it sounds very daddish.
Ugh.
Always been a surreal moment. Just the shockwave effect of all the sound being quieted. Passing people. It's a neat scene. Some she is boxing way out of her weight class, trying to get that group of kids out of there right now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, poor dude. Old Scoot.
Poor name for the situation.
Poor name for the situation. Or a very direct and deliberate name for the situation. Not sure.
Ugh.
No one questions that Bruce Wayne just like lifted a girder, by the way. Corrects me. Like it's in the heat of the moment. No one cares right now. He also just did like a 3-7-40 getting over to that little girl at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And picks her up with grace. I mean, I'm super impressed with Bruce Wayne in this scene. And it all culminates with the look about to happen. That look. I'm going to comfort this little girl, but he's planning their demise as he does it.
Yeah, I love it. I don't know.
Good stuff, man. Good stuff.
It's great. I'm not sorry. Screw the haters. This is awesome.
This commentary will be a love fest, by the way, in case anyone was curious. That's what you're in for.
Uh-huh.
If you hated the movie, feel free to keep listening and see if we can change your mind. If you have no interest in that, man, just bail. We'll see you next time.
Yes, that's right. Go Christian Bale.
Yeah.
Go back to Nolan.
Oh. For Reeves' sake. I love how much this ties together too. Them finding the pieces of that and in some South Asian sea. I'm fascinated by this constantly. I constantly see these videos where people are like, "Oh, look at this rock I found," and then they pop it with a hammer and it just opens up to them.
Uh-huh.
I don't question that that's a possibility. I'm just wondering, like, is it really that easy? Do you just have to know exactly where to hit it, or like, oh, look at this fossil I found, and they just fucking thwack it with a hammer?
It looks that easy on like Facebook videos of people like cracking open rocks and stuff.
Look at this. I found a trilobite. Really? Yeah, they didn't fail to give her a great mic drop line for the these last two movies.
Mm-hmm. Don't go, Jimmy.
Oh, Jimmy gonna go. I mean, short of her, he's the best trained person in the probably in the immediate vicinity.
Mm-hmm. I hate to say it, but do you not look at the guy that they cast for KG Beast and just think, he looks like a douche? Yeah.
Like, I'll bet he's going to kill somebody unnecessarily soon. Good casting. Don't know what it says about him as a person, and I feel bad for even thinking it. He's probably lovely. And paranoid. I mean, honestly, his glasses look more controversial than that camera. Look at those things. Thick as shit. See? Dick move. Jimmy does not have a good poker face. He might as well have like a Wile E. Coyote sign that says, "Well, you got me."
Mm-hmm.
He did not make it. You got to wonder, looking back, how many people knew as that went down without any kind of precursor. Oh, shit, that was Jimmy Olsen? And they killed him?
Yeah. What, you mean like as they were filming?
No, I mean, as you were watching it. If you didn't know going in that he was even going to be in the film.
He didn't say it in the theater, so.
That's what I'm saying. Like, did you catch it? And then were you mad? Or were you mad as a result of the media cycle?
They were mad as a result of the media cycle.
I think a lot of that was just the headlines.
Would I have killed Jimmy Olsen? Probably not. But, you know.
Wouldn't have been my go-to, but.
I'm a notorious coward.
You don't have this guy's resolve, I guess.
I don't. I mean, I'm not, I'm not Zack Snyder. I'm not just going to be like, hey.
You know what? I know everyone loves this person, but I was thinking, what if we kill him unceremoniously?
I feel like Snyder was doing like freaking John C. McGinley, the Bobs over in Office Space. Like he's looking at all the characters he can play with.
Yep.
He sat Jamie down and said, "What is it that you do here? Well, I'm the photographer. I run around with Lois and I shoot things and get into trouble. But what is it you'd say you do here?
So you get
Take
rescued
pictures.
a lot, huh? So drain of resources? That's what I'm hearing?
But wouldn't it be cool if Jimmy was in the CIA? Oh, yeah, I guess so. That'd be pretty cool. What does that mean? Do I get to do something cool? You get to get killed.
I mean, you get a badass death, if we're being honest. I mean, that dude, if we were not talking about it being Jimmy Olsen, we'd be talking about how that guy was a badass. Oh, lovely. Now, there's a moment right there, though, where like something left out of the theatrical cut that I think is absolutely crucial. I mean, not only everything about them, literally creating a funeral pyre and kind of setting up the narrative how they wanted to, but that moment when KG just smirks when he realizes Superman's there.
Mm-hmm.
You can't underestimate how much that moment means. Like, Snyder knows how to do an opening scene. He had plans here. They were inlaid pretty far into the movie.
Yeah.
I forget how few times I've seen this particular scene. They left out everything about that damn book, too. Like, I think when the theatrical cut shows up, that's where we get is just her looking back.
Mm-hmm.
We don't get her testimony either.
Yeah, I don't remember. I've kind of scrubbed the theatrical cut from my brain. A politician's line I've ever heard one.
Yeah.
All right, we are experiencing some technical difficulties, so we are pausing at 20 minutes. We'll be right back.
It's time to center mental health in Omaha. At Community Alliance, we're building a new center at 72nd and Mercy Road so that anyone seeking help for their mental health can access the personalized care they need to flourish. Support our campaign at mentalhealthomaha.org.
Judy was boring.
Hello.
Then Judy discovered ChumbaCasino.com.
It's my little escape.
Now Judy's the life of the party.
Oh, baby, mama's bringing home the bacon.
Whoa, take it easy, Judy. The Chumba life is for everybody. So go to ChumbaCasino.com and play over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
All right, we are back. And we are starting at 20 minutes exactly. In 3, 2, 1. This cop looks like Cameron Monaghan.
A little bit. Yeah.
The younger one.
Yeah. I agree.
I was like, oh my God, did he? For just a second, I'm like, every time I see him, I'm like, oh.
There's a high cheek face shape going on, and the super red lips. I get it. He could body double for him. Might have even. Who knows? You remember when I was saying that There was like that Gotham and Metropolis played at some point. This is apparently what I was thinking about.
Oh, okay.
I had convinced myself that I was absolutely wrong. I was only mostly wrong.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. Me clawing back, I presented that. You got to think it's going to suck if you show up at that environment like, oh yeah, abandoned wet warehouse. This is not going to be a fun call. Oh, shit.
There's a batarang.
There's a batarang in there. Hey, Jerome, why don't you run in there for me, bud?
Jerome.
He does kind of reek of like red shirt ensign. It always cracks me up. They're like, no, I'm good in here. No, I would rather be in a small, damp, unkept cage with 20 other people than with whatever the fuck that is out there.
It's just so perfect. Like, I love the horror movie vibe that they're giving off with their Batman stuff.
Oh, yeah. You can hear this guy's adrenaline. It's just screaming.
Have I ever mentioned this is my favorite superhero movie? Because it's my favorite superhero movie.
I feel like you're just getting amped up about it now.
Of course.
Like, oh, shit, I know what's about to come. I know the scene. There it is.
Oh, it looks so dope.
Oh, it does. Oh, it's a good shot. Good scene. It's still nonsense to me that he like moves on that wall that way and gets out of the room.
How come?
It's not that it's nonsense. I'm not trying to call bullshit. I just don't. It's unfathomable for me. It definitely adds to the air of the mystery of the bat in this universe. I'm good with it. I don't even understand how it would happen.
I mean, he's got the upper body strength.
I mean, he does. And that
it could be like a Batman Beyond thing where he's got like the little razor sharp talons in his glove.
Could be. I forget what they call that kind of. It's like that wood slatting. Like it's not super secure. You could pretty much punch through that, especially if it was still around now. Mm-hmm. But again, not trying to call bullshit here. It's just impressive.
I saw someone bringing up the fact that Lois is like sitting in a bathtub ruining evidence. Like fingering the bullet.
I mean, yeah, but as opposed to when she pulled the bullet out without getting into like an HVAC environment or...
Mm-hmm.
That bullet was ruined before it got into that bathtub.
Oh, yeah. Like, what the hell's this? Ah, shit, I just ruined some evidence.
Mm-hmm. Imagine how much that must happen too. You're like, oh, this is amazing. What have I done? Even the scene, I think, got truncated, and especially the one before. Like they took out this entire subplot about her being just an investigator.
Mm-hmm.
And when I say they, I think I mean mostly. Do we remember how this went down? Like, it was still Zack who I think got to pick the final cut, but he made a 3-hour movie and they told him to take out 30 minutes.
Uh-huh.
It was a very much a damned if you do, damned if you don't thing. I mean, I'm not. I resent the edict, not the man who executed it.
I can't understand this mentality.
No, there is no part of me. I do not care how thirsty I might be at a time. No part of me that would just be okay with over flooding a bathroom like that. It sets off every bell and whistle I've got.
Yep.
Like, oh dear God,
Yeah.
you're not like you're on an upper floor too. You're just flooding the floor below you.
He's super thirsty.
I mean, it's a couple of very sexy people. I get it. I'm just saying, I don't understand how you would flood a bathroom like that. Like, we're going to get out of the bathtub. Also, it's cold probably. It looks like she's been sitting in there for a minute. I didn't see any steam. Love him working on this suit the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Some good lines coming up. Alfred does not take his shit. You can see it in Ben's acting. He doesn't set that aside. He takes it in.
Mm-hmm.
It is going to be playing a role later. I feel like that's his t-shirt. I feel like is a band. I just don't know. Does it not look like an album cover from like some mid 2000s like band that toured with Sonic Youth for a minute?
I was gonna go with the 90s, but yeah,
it for Sonic Youth could be the same. Yeah. The time is irrelevant.
I was gonna say Save Ferris, not Sonic Youth, but I think we're roughly in the same
Yeah,
ballpark.
the same idea. Same general structure.
Speaking of general structure, General Zod.
Mm-hmm. And his structure. I I've always admired his outfit. When I've been that skinny, this is not dissimilar to how I've dressed on a few occasions. Just put on a ridiculous coat with a graphic tee.
Yep. You do dress like a douche.
Yes, very much so. And often when I'm that skinny, my hair is that long. I can fully import the douche look. I know how many people are going to hate our take on it, even after all this time, and generally just didn't like Eisenberg in this role. But one of the things I just genuinely love about how he plays this character, the fast talking, the micro expressions, all the grimacing, all the disgust. He puts so much into that character. All the fake smiles. Look at that little disgust moment after the fake smile. It's glorious. Mm-hmm. And he's a man who loves a gesture, like the slamming the stress ball on the table thing. It's a riveting performance. I love it. This, though, I enjoy this scene. For you and I, it brings up terrible memories.
Uh-huh.
I cannot believe it was Jolly Ranchers in the theater that were actually distracting us. That's just insane. All right, now I would never have done that. Graphic tee under a suit jacket, I can get behind. Tennis shoes with slacks, I can get behind, but collared short sleeve shirt under that, well, I was never rich enough to make that okay.
I don't hate it. I wouldn't wear it.
Nah, it looks good on him. I couldn't have done it myself. Love that look. Just the giddiness of a mad scientist. Glorious. And the foresight to have peeled the actual fingerprints off. It's pretty good.
Plastic eggs, plastic eggs. Gotta make them plastic eggs.
These are not real. No one's cooking. No one can smell eggs. See, I'm pretty sure that got cut. That was an important scene.
Oh, yeah, that did. I think he was just watching talking heads argue over must there be a Superman.
Yeah.
In the theatrical cut.
Yeah, I think that is how that went down. See, for me, it's been so long since I've seen the theatrical.
Yeah, I abandoned that pretty much directly. Like, I enjoyed it. I got what they were going for.
I mostly remember what was different, but that's it. God. I mean, coming up, you got to give him credit for the upper body strength here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Incredible. I would say unbelievable, but I've seen clips on Reddit that were just gobsmacking. What does he even throw at him? Oh, just the cap. Gotcha.
Like, don't do it.
Don't you do it. It's like a guy. You ever seen someone yell at a cat before they're about to like toss something off a table? Don't do it. Don't do it. Oh, God. I think you brought this up when we were doing Man of Steel, but it's a bit of a shame. She did such a good job in Man of Steel. Wish there was more for her to do in this film.
She acted like he asked her to shit on a nun.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you want me to punch Tom Hanks in the balls, I guess I'll do it, but I don't like it. How boring must transportation be for him? He could have hopped over that harbor in like 2 seconds. I love that line. Love that line and the juxtaposition of this scene. Fantastic. Mm-hmm. Anatoly even notices that something's different when he comes back and looks at him. That's so good. Like, I wonder what he told that guy. I have no idea. What do you tell somebody that's a fighter? It's a whole new concept for me. Oh, so amiable an encounter for what will happen later. Only he could be such a dick with such a hack line and make it make sense. Do you also have to do a thing in your head when you're like talking about Lawrence Fishburne where you're like, yeah, when Lawrence Fishburne.
A little bit.
I have to translate a little bit. It hit me at a certain time in my life, man. Love that. I love Perry and her relationship, man.
Yeah,
like when he suspends her earlier in Man of Steel, that conversation. I don't know, man. They're a lot of fun. Does Mercy say anything in this entire film?
I don't think so. If she does, I don't remember it.
Like, she could have played
also
Mercy Graves in a DC film with Lex Luthor as one of the mains and not even gotten her SAG card.
have to, like, every time I see her, I have to remind myself that she's Mercy. It's because, like, the relationship is just so different.
Yeah.
You know?
It's very much like, it's not a, they would have called it a Girl Friday at some point, right?
I don't know.
The, just uber competent assistant. That's a song title right there. I mean, he went for eccentric, and I guess predictably enough, some people didn't like it. It's kind of how eccentric goes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you get the sense that he does admire her backbone?
Sure.
Like, he knows he's smarter than her, but I think he likes that he's up against somebody who's at least going to stand up to him. Love that little violin riff.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you know what they should do for Wayne Manor? They should have one guy in a cashmere sweater with a drill come in and reproduce that thing. Have it up and running in no time.
Mm-hmm.
What's Christian Bale up to right now? I can get him $200 worth of Black & Decker, and he can knock that shit out.
Yeah, he could. We saw it. So
Yeah.
It's got to be true.
He's good. I loved him in retrospect, and I love the metaphor they've gone for it. But there were a couple moments on the first viewing of this movie where, and this is one of them, where I went, "What the actual hell is? What's happening right now?"
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. All right, we're still in nightmare versions. Gotcha. Not to mention nightmare versions. Also, just seriously, you put your body through that much abuse, you think you don't have some prescription in the morning?
Uh-huh.
You kidding me?
I think it's almost straight out of Dark Knight Returns.
I think so. I know it's a small moment, but I love that he brings him a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
Some camaraderie there that I love. Hors d'oeuvres and cocktails. I love that suit, man.
It's a great suit. It's my favorite.
The beaten up nature of the weaving, I love it. The size of the ears.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure would have liked that suit too. But okay, if we're thinking about it, that would be a fantastic fucking thing to reveal in the Snyder Cut as a
Naked Batman?
Oh no. We've already seen that. There were recalls.
Yeah.
I meant the
they just saw it.
I meant how that Robin scene got, or how that Robin suit got a graffiti job.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna see that.
I don't either. That's one of my only I've probably got a half a dozen or so. This is one of my contentious points in the movie. The idea that Clark Kent doesn't know who Bruce Wayne is doesn't make sense to me.
Why would he?
Why wouldn't he?
I
It's
mean,
one of Gotham City's biggest players. He's obsessed with Gotham City at the moment, and he doesn't know one of its major patrons.
he just became obsessed with Gotham City. But this is like if my dad, didn't know who the Kardashians were. Like, no, of course he doesn't.
No, I mean, that would be like if I just got obsessed with the Jenners or New Jersey, I would know who the Kardashians were pretty quickly. I don't find him to be an incompetent reporter. I feel like he would work top down a little bit. The Thunderball idea again.
Yep, I think it makes sense for him not to know who Bruce Wayne is.
I'm not calling it a closed argument. I'm open to interpretations, but it's a question I have. It's one of those funny moments in movies to me where like they show a brand for something, but it's a brand for a second, and then that brand gets compromised very quickly, and they're like, "Hey, oh, she does have speaking. I forgot about the scene."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I forgot it was her.
he does a really fun, careless Bruce Wayne. One day I can stop drinking at 8 p.m.
It's so funny that people are like, "Oh, Lex is so cringy," and I'm like, "Yes, look at the audience; they are literally cringing at him."
He has enough. He has enough pull and just gravitas in the circles he works in that he's able to get people into a room that, look at her, that just don't really actually care about him in any capacity. And this is another example. Man of Steel did this really well too, and Snyder apparently makes a point of it, of having just lead actors just barely feature in a scene sometimes. So much fun there.
Great line.
Mm-hmm. Just a series of them there.
She talked a lot.
Yeah, she did. I forgot, but it's all like background stuff. So, like, I don't think she has anything important to say.
It's one of those, like, I've seen this a bunch of times, and now that you mention it, I was like, yeah, I don't know. And now I was like, oh, yeah, she's talking a lot.
Yeah.
I should have paid attention.
Yeah, now that you mention it, you're full of shit. Oh, God, I love that hint in the music.
Mm-hmm.
And gone. And an equally desirable vehicle from what he showed up in.
Mm-hmm.
Get some straight up Superman music here.
How could you not?
Yep. This was another point of contention for people. Like, he looks uncomfortable with the praise.
Yep. Oh, look, here's him saving more people.
Yep. Yeah, that fucker. We know what you did, Glenn. You know, I just realized they gave him a redemption arc. Hadn't occurred to me before.
Like,
I mean,
wouldn't
the reporter has a good
Superman
point. Like,
wouldn't Superman be concerned and aggrieved of all of this controversy if he was the man that everyone purports that he should be?
Yeah. I mean, Look, if your primary objective was, I'm just going to save as many people as I can reasonably save.
Mm-hmm.
And also in this version, he has super hearing and the telescopic vision, but he doesn't have. He's not omniscient. He doesn't know everyone whose heart stopped beating in the last 50 seconds.
Right.
He's just a guy with some extra powers who is doing his best. So in that version, you have to question the politicians. Like, yeah, I mean, I understand your problem that he's unilaterally acting, but what's your alternative? And what do you tell everyone who was survived by his efforts? It's another moment that was supposed to be a bigger role.
I mean, she wasn't even in the theatrical cut.
Yep. It was part of the whole Lois investigation that kind of got cut for time. Even that little bit, this bit here, just whole chunks. I mean, seriously, I'm not mad at the executioner here. I'm mad at Sujihara and Emmerich.
Why wouldn't this guy know who Lex Luthor is? There's a question.
He's not a reporter.
Neither is Clark.
Yeah, I mean, but that's what his paycheck comes from, is reporting.
Uh-huh. They never said he was good at it.
Job title. No, it's implied that he's good at it. He's sitting at shit. No, he's at the table at pitch meetings with Perry White.
Mm-hmm.
He is not a newbie.
I mean, he's only been a reporter for 18 months.
Yeah, and apparently he's good at it. Yeah, now we're getting back into non-theatrical cut stuff. Like, just way more backstory. Like, in the theatrical cut, this guy just shows up as a branded picture, something to piss off Superman. None of this shit.
Yeah.
Hey, here to shank you. This wasn't there.
I think it was.
I don't know.
I believe I think this was, yeah.
This was not theatrical. There's this, and there's going to be a meeting under a bridge later that was not theatrical either. They cut out her investigation of this bullet entirely.
No, they didn't.
I'm pretty sure.
They didn't.
All right.
They cut out segments of it. But I remember sitting in the theater and going, what is going on here?
Ooh. All right, you're ringing a bell. Maybe. Like, unfortunately, other than someone telling us, and, just let me know how wrong I am, I would have to actually watch the theatrical cut to fact check that, and I'm just not gonna. There's a loaded line there. It's a funny line out of Jon Stewart.
It is.
I feel like they might have let him write that one. He's a funny writer, man. I mean, shit. What are you gonna do? Let the man do his thing.
I think maybe it has. I think maybe it was actually from when Superman expatriated himself in the comics.
Oh,
I think it was actually something he did write, but for like a for the real world.
Yeah. I would love to hear that the actual sword still even exists. Yeah, love that back and forth. They keep doing the declining little hint at her music. Love it.
Mm-hmm.
Just fucking love it. Oof. You ready for this?
Always.
I always wonder if there's hidden messages in the little side notes when they have just encrypted programming bullshit on the screen. Oh, I love that suit too. That's just badass.
Yeah. And I hope that is Gordon's jacket.
Yep. I really do. He's just an avatar for his past.
God, I hope Justice League is as successful as they needed to be to let him finish this thing up, because I can't keep, you know how hard I'm trying to just stay alive in hopes. Like, I'm just...
I know. And it's both easier and harder now than it was even a year ago. For different reasons. I feel like they're going to give a really good explanation for this scene and still leave us a lot to be desired as far as what might be or could be.
No, Zack says there's more nightmare stuff in Justice League Part 2 if it ever happens. And
No. Yep.
But he says, the Justice League ends on a massive cliffhanger, so...
Yeah, I saw.
It's like, of course he did. Of course he said that.
Naturally. Cracks me up too. Like his movements seem a little bit wooden, but then when you're that armored, I guess they would.
He's also old as shit.
Oh,
he's been doing this for so long.
He's in his late 50s, I think, by this point. Still,
those sinewy days are past.
I mean, yeah, he would have been doing cartwheels around these things and teaching Robin how to do, more acrobatic movements as he went. We're past that. Now we're at just like, snap! Oh, and the parademon. After all that, the parademon putting him down. Oh, it's incredible.
Yeah, I mean, this Batman is like, Stallone and Rocky Balboa, where it's like, okay, your joints are all flared up. You can't really do much. We're going to focus on strength training.
Mm-hmm. We need you to be a brawler now.
You don't have speed.
Finesse is beyond you.
Ugh.
Oh, yeah. Just... Ugh. And if you don't think this scene has something that it learned from Tom Taylor in Injustice, I don't know what to tell you, man. I mean...
Oh, yeah.
Mm. Mm. What's up, Ezra? How you doing, buddy? And it was scary because Ezra had facial hair.
Mm-hmm.
See, I don't think this was... Well, no, this was there.
I don't remember, honestly.
I think that was there, but it was very quick. His line about, oh yeah, it's fantastic. His line about like how many are left and how many stay that way is, it has stayed with me in a way where like I take it as personal motivation sometimes to try to make better moral decisions.
Mm-hmm.
It's that good a line, and I don't know, man. It's that good a scene. Yeah, I don't think this was theatrical.
Yeah, no. I don't know.
I don't know. See, it's another reason I say that, like, yeah, he's at a meeting with Perry, and Perry gives him enough deference that he doesn't fire him when he's absent on day 2. I think he's a competent reporter. I think that is part of canon for this movie, that he's competent at his job.
Competent doesn't mean really good either.
No, I mean, it's spectacular and competent. There's a world of difference between those, but you could argue that, like, if you haven't shown up for your job enough, and you just go away at some point. And you can do that to a certain extent, but at some point, if you're not so good at your job that it justifies it, you're gone.
Yeah.
That's just how jobs work.
I'm not saying it's not justified. I'm just saying, of course, you know,
shot.
He also might be doing Lois a favor by keeping him on.
I could listen to that as an explanation, but
you can hear Lois saying, "Come on, Perry, you owe me."
Yeah. Yeah. How many Pulitzers do I have, and how many times have I tried to jump ship on you? None? Okay. Cool. Yeah.
Oh, this is
these days.
Such a cool scene.
No, this is going to be just straight
Brutal.
badassery for the next several minutes. It just yeets that car. It's fantastic.
Nothing quite brings me joy like hearing an almost 40-year-old man say the word yeet.
It's a good word. I'll stop saying when it stops being when it gets replaced by a better word, I'll change.
I don't know that it's a good word. It's one of those where, like, if I hear a kid saying it, I'm just like, ugh, idiots.
Nope. It concisely and very specifically defines a set of circumstances that weren't previously and better defined. I maintain that it is a contribution to the English language.
Agree to disagree, but
I can make a cogent argument for it, though. And will. Damn it.
You think you could.
No. I can make it. Doesn't mean it won't stand, or it will stand, but I can make it.
If it doesn't stand, it is not cogent. I'm sorry.
No, it doesn't mean it's not cogent. It doesn't mean it's sound is what that would mean. It's valid and sound is the difference. You can make a cogent argument for 2 + 2 = 5, but it may be unverifiable bullshit. This is some weird shit we're talking about in the meantime of I
mean, what do you talk about?
Badass Batmobile.
Yeah.
Fucking chicanery going on.
Yeah, that's gonna save you.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess that's just human instinct. We made fun of Batman for doing the same thing when Doomsday was about to blast him. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think your arms are gonna help, buddy.
I do get it as an instinct.
Oh yeah, no way that guy's coming out of it.
No.
That Batmobile.
If there was even the smallest hint that this guy didn't kill some people, I think when his skull got like pulled into the tire, I think we can pretty much put that argument to bed. Like, Batfleck kills folk. Right up until. Did you see the behind the scenes of this?
Probably not.
I just saw it as like a little. I saw it on Twitter somewhere, I think, but it was just a little clip of like. And it's just that moment where they're. Like, it's Superman with the headlights on him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, fucking this scene. Fuck what I was going to say. This scene. Gorgeous. So much about this I love. Like, that shot is gorgeous. I love that his car is damaged by Superman and can still make it the fuck home.
Uh-huh.
More than anything, I just love, like, Superman just rips the doors off and he just stands up, man.
Yep.
And then getting out of it, this little bit where he just hops out the car and decals. So much fun, man.
So much of these shots just look like they're straight out of Batman the Animated Series.
Yeah. Yeah.
It would have been baller if he just taken out a gun and shot her right in the head for looking at that.
He would have had to shot everyone. Well, no, he wouldn't. Everyone's under his employ. All right, that I'm convinced was not in the theatrical cut, and I'm only 50% sure about the bathroom scene that I talked about earlier. Now let's just say it. Their Kryptonian aquarium. Yeah, that scene got a lot of heat too.
Mm-hmm. I mean, she wants to protect her son. She doesn't give a shit about all these assholes.
That would be the primary objective.
Yeah, this woman was cut completely out of the theatrical cut.
Her entire story was just demolished. I'm pretty sure she was. All right, so that speech about her saying like he answers to no one. How'd she phrase it? Like, I think not God even.
Yeah,
I think that was like on the TV after Superman fried plastic eggs.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say that's where that showed up in the theatrical.
Yeah, I don't know.
But it was like a heavily bastardized cut of what she said. Doop, doop, doop. See, all that insight.
Mm-hmm.
All that fucking badass Lois Lane investigation. Just Tsujihara, Emmerich, I blame them entirely.
Tsujihara, anyway. I don't think Emmerich was there yet for this one.
I think he was, but... I know it's a strange note, but does Affleck's jacket not look like super uncomfortable to you? Also, another great example of just important people walking through the background and Snyder just kind of barely shooting it. Purposefully. Love it.
Mm-hmm.
Also, looking at that and a couple other suits that were just in there, I think I just don't think wool looks comfortable.
Yeah, I haven't noticed anyone looking specifically uncomfortable from their suit.
I'm going to bring it up in a second. Yeah, that thing. Look. Looks itchy as hell. I like this assistant. It's like, I don't know, man. I'm gonna find you an answer though. Like,
yeah,
all you can do in that position. Like,
what the hell?
I don't have an answer, but I'm gonna find it for you.
Oh, the hot seat. Haha.
Mm-hmm. Heisenberg's performance is just deeply nuanced, man. I love it.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen a lot of people give him shit, talk about how he's not a good actor. He is.
No, fuck that. He's a great actor.
I'm sorry you don't like his take on Lex, but no, he did a really good job with what they wanted to do with him.
Well, this is what a lot of people wanted to do with his take on it. Roughly. And I disagree. Also, I think that was the last bit of her story, obviously, that wasn't in the final cut.
Maybe not. Maybe. I don't know. I don't remember. Yeah, but who's sending them? Oh.
Mm-hmm.
We just found another one. I don't know.
You know, honestly, I give him that. As many times as that paper has changed hands, there's probably just a garbage can full of who gives a fuck. There's one person in the audience there in the crowd, and I know they're all about to die, but everyone's reactions to Superman as he walks up cracked me up. And there's like one girl there who just kind of like, she's talking and she's laughing, and then she looks over and just kind of like keeps smiling, but she's not laughing anymore. Ugh.
She looks nervous.
Yes, as she should. Yeah, she's catching on. Zoop.
Oof.
Right?
Oof. Holly Hunter does such a good job there, too.
Yeah.
Like, just the mild tremor of fear. Just,
yeah. She's done a great job the whole movie with like the watering of the eyes, the moments. She did a great job.
Did you see the deep
Also
fake
Cavill,
someone did?
Just giving a moment of like, oh fuck.
Did you see the deep fake someone did? They took that shot of him with just surrounded in flames, looking sad, and they replaced the face with Henry Cavill laughing maniacally.
Oh Christ! No.
It was really funny.
Did it look better than the mustache?
Yeah.
Yeah. Predictably so? Yeah.
Yeah. It looked like it could have come from Reface or something. I don't I don't think it did, but it looked pretty good.
Sounds about right.
Now this was cut.
Yeah.
All Superman saving people after the explosion was cut.
Yeah, all they kept was... Wait a second. It's coming up. It's just basically when he bells.
Oh, I think that was on my street. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was theatrical. God, I can't say this enough. It's just nothing against Snyder on this one, man. They gave him an unrealistic mandate.
Mm-hmm. They sure did. I mean, when you look at this extended edition, and I mean, I don't see how you don't realize this is Man of Steel 2.
Yeah, also that. He did his best to cut a masterpiece down into something tangible for like 2.5 hours. It's just obscene. And it was good, but if you could just cut out like 13-14% of it, that'd be better.
I love this security footage. Oh, it's so good.
Oh, that shot alone is one of the most Batmanish shots ever been shot.
And you can see like the glowing eyes too. It's fantastic.
Oh, it's glorious. Even then, that little moment where he sees the footage, you can see this just tiny smirk from Lex. Okay, I admit that part doesn't make all the sense in the world to me. Like, why would he leave the calling card? See, it's an important distinction, though. Oh, this scene. This scene makes me want to take a month hiatus from reality and try to be a better person.
Yeah, that's solid. That's a solid conversation.
Yeah.
It did on my world, but my world doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah. Like, man, he is on this earth. He is just like emotionally, at least, he is just a dude trying to do his best, who has some abandonment issues. Can you just like feel it in your feet, in your legs when he walks into the water there?
Yeah.
And do you imagine it's not real, just like water consistency? It's a little more syrupy.
I don't know. I don't know that I ever thought about that specifically.
I just don't imagine it's like as clean as just wading into a lake, you know? I love how he has to reposition his voice even for that.
Mm-hmm.
I think it makes a ton of sense.
Yeah.
Yep. We're into the Batman CrossFit scene.
Yeah. The much reviled Batman CrossFit scene.
Ah, fuck that shit.
I don't know why people hate CrossFit so much or think it's so stupid.
Look,
I have no idea, honestly.
There are things about CrossFit that I love to make fun of. In particular, one moment where like I was jogging on a street and some CrossFit people met me at the same block and they looked at me like, well, you're not supposed to be here. I was like, we're on a fucking street.
Yeah.
I can just jog here. I didn't pay anyone for that. Like, there are things that I get about, and there is no doubt some pretentiousness, I think, to some CrossFitters. But no, dude, it's just as silly and or effective as any other workout regime. Dude, as long as you're doing something and planning your diet a little bit, you're going to get thinner and fitter. Period.
Yeah. I've always seen Bruce as the type of guy who like just kind of grabs the best of all different kinds of workouts and disciplines and utilizes them.
Oh, yeah. That would be the ideal, yeah. I know this is a small point, and this is stupid, but I don't like how his cursor drags around.
Mm-hmm.
I know what I'm saying is stupid right now. I want to put that on record. I don't like how the cursor just drifts.
Do you remember this browser that he's using? They actually released it before the movie came out. It was like the Lex Core.
Oh, Christ, did they?
Browser, yeah. And it had that little cursor, and I hated it.
So they just put a browser and gave it a different cursor image?
Mm-hmm.
And probably threw it on top of like Chrome or something?
Probably.
That's stupid. We're getting more of the music now. Oh, that juicy guitar riff, man.
I think it's a cello. It's an electric cello, I think.
You can call it whatever you want.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it is.
All I can tell you is I can play that shit on guitar. And it sounds like a juicy guitar riff. I am absolutely sure you're right about how he actually did that when it came down to it. This here, nothing against the movie exactly. Same problem I've had with every other media property that's ever sliced their palm.
Mm-hmm.
Just a stupid way to let blood. Yeah, the effigies are hard to watch.
Uh-huh. Like, oh, yeah, he went away. I don't understand. Why would he do that? I mean, everyone hates him. Yeah, he's guilty.
Mm-hmm.
You could say maybe he didn't want to deal with everybody, burning him in effigy. Nah, he's guilty.
Nah, he vanished for like 2 seconds. He's the devil now. I love that no one stops him they're like, "Oh, what's he doing? He's
come to
walking
die.
up the mountain to die."
And they said there are no jokes in this movie.
I want to say this is the last thing that was straight out cut.
I think there was stuff all throughout, man.
Yeah, I'm wondering how much more. Well, that's not true because I can think of at least one thing later. But I want to say it was, all right, forget it. I was thinking it was the major scene, but specifically she's like, nope, dude's milk hadn't expired and he has fresh oranges.
Yeah, and a fridge full of groceries. He's not.
Yeah,
He
intended to be here in a week.
That reminds me, I'm hungry.
I mean, if anything it has to be that, right? You want to
I
pause
mean, I
real
don't
quick?
have.
You want to pause real quick?
Nah, let's keep going.
I could stand a quick pause. I weren't suggesting it for nothing.
All right. Well, we're going to pause here, and I'm pausing at 1:45:19. Paul is all hunkered down, throwing them rocks up there.
I
So.
was going to say, now when you say pause,
and we'll be right back.
With the Lucky Land Slots, you can get lucky just about anywhere.
This is your captain speaking. We've got clear runway and the weather's fine, but we're just going to circle up here a while and get lucky. No, nothing like that. It's just these cash prizes add up quick. So I suggest you sit back, keep your tray table upright, and start getting lucky.
Play for free at LuckyLandSlots.com. Are you feeling lucky? No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+ terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Judy was boring.
Hello.
Then Judy discovered ChumbaCasino.com.
It's my little escape.
Now Judy's the life of the party.
Oh, baby, mama's bringing home the bacon.
Whoa, take it easy, Judy. The Chumba life is for everybody. So go to ChumbaCasino.com and play over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+ terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Okay, round two. Name something that's not boring.
A laundry? Ooh, a book club. Computer solitaire, huh?
Ah, sorry, we were looking for Chumba Casino. That's right, ChumbaCasino.com has over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+ terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
All right, we are back, and we are at 1:45:19. Paul is bending over, putting some rocks up onto a pile. We're hitting play in 3, 2, 1.
he is now picking some rocks up off of a pile. And back on. Roller coaster here. God, seriously. Clark Kent's dads in this series are fucking amazing. God, it's a great conversation.
And I notice here that as Bruce is walking towards Wayne Manor, it's through, just overbrush.
Mm-hmm.
Now later on, when Superman's dead, and he's walking towards it, there's a path.
Mm. It's actually a good point. When he walked through before, it was just dead, right? Even before the overbrush. It's not the first time we've seen that shot in this movie.
No.
And then more horticultural talk.
So falls the House of Wayne.
Yeah. You know what's crazy is I feel like he had that line ready to go before he got out of earshot. Just didn't think it was prudent.
Mm-hmm.
It's a really good scene. This honestly harkens back to many of our work days where you're taking trash out to a dumpster at an irresponsible time.
Mm-hmm.
Where there's clear company literature that tells you that you're not supposed to do that. And you're mandated to do that instead.
Yeah. They can't make you.
Yeah. The Riddler question mark still cracks me up.
Yep.
Do you remember seeing the clip of Khan, that little leaked clip?
Do what?
You remember it was like a Hall H. Khan moment, I think.
Sorry. I just watched Space Seed, so my brain's on Khan Noonien Singh from Star Trek.
Oh, God, no.
I was like, oh, we're talking about Khan now? Oh, okay.
Where did this go? How did we get here? Oh, no.
All right. So you talking about Cumberbatch?
No, the normal one. Let's talking about the more normal one. But yeah,
yeah.
That was a deeply exciting moment when they revealed the eyes and all that.
Yeah, KGB's down there waxing the floors.
Yeah, waxing the same 3 tiles. Mercenary, I'm sure he's great at. Actor? Probably not so much. I mean, it is good to know the plan didn't depend on Anatoly's acting skills.
Yeah.
Just pretty much be there long enough to be distracting in case something happens.
Yeah, I love the people who are like, wait, what? How did Lex know to kidnap both her and Martha? I'm like, dude, he's known Superman was Clark Kent from before that. There's
Yeah. Yeah, before this movie began filming, he was aware.
Yeah. Like, he knew who both Batman and Superman were before the beginning of the movie.
Mm-hmm. You know, he wouldn't need such a bandage if he hadn't done that dumb thing.
Mm-hmm. You gotta imagine Lex has seen some Star Trek. This version of Lex, anyway.
Oh, just seen anything. Everyone does that.
Down with I mean, that's the way the Klingons do it for sure.
Oh,
take
definitely.
Their
little of this, little of that.
Oh, that is terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
Makes me sick.
Yep. The whole conversation. Ugh. I mean, I enjoy the dialogue, but just everything being right on the edge of the, no. That's a serious note for me.
It would have been hilarious if they just killed Lois right there, and he was just like, "Oh, I guess he really is gone for a minute." Ugh. Oof.
I just love that beat. As far as power plays go, he gets to give his speech. He kind of like almost pets his head a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And gets to throw things at him while he's on his knees.
I like that too. Mother of God, would you look at the time?
He always looks eminently comfortable. I mean, I assume those are highly tailored, comfortable slacks, but kind of feels like pajamas, you know?
Yeah.
I dig it. Oh, we are coming up on just like and by the way, some of my favorite dialogue in anything connected to a comic book in that last scene. I love that fucking rooftop scene.
Mm-hmm.
But man, it's about to be followed up by some of my favorite visuals that ever been recorded. Yeah, Jenny did way more than I remember.
Yeah, she did about as much as she did in, as far as screen time as she did in Man of Steel.
Yeah, screen time, maybe. Yeah.
They're not going to beat her underneath that slab.
Her underneath the pile about to die, man. Just unless you literally try to kill her again, how do you stretch that muscle? He does have a weird habit of just like literally flying away from conversation.
Yeah. I mean, if I could, I would too.
I would a lot myself.
I mean, you ever want to make a dramatic statement and then not hear what the person has to say?
Oh, yeah.
Like you want to dramatically exit? There's no better dramatic exit than flying away.
Yeah, I agree. I love that crew. So this was another point of contention for some people. Like,
so they have the logos on there.
Yeah, the logos.
Well, I mean, he clearly does some lightning shit. Moves quickly, I guess.
Well, the quickness thing is, yeah, there's visibly lightning everywhere.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
Give it that. The kind of A symbol, I don't know.
I mean, I'm looking for an A symbol somewhere.
Well, I mean, all over his arms, he kind of has a real triangular pattern to a lot of his tattoos.
He does.
Let's see about C here. Nothing necessarily. God. Imagine the arrogance of this guy to be like, nope. Yeah, I know this 16 pounds here is all that's left of my son, but I think I can get this. Just pack it up for me. And how much must that hurt? Dear God. Yeah, all right. So my other defense of the logos is like, yeah, I think they individually make some sense. But the other one is just, yeah, why not? How long does that take? He'll even let you do major personal favors because he does take care of his people. But God damn it, you rein that in. Not trying to go crazy here.
Let's see. He tries to tell him.
Yep. No, he legit comes to the conversation trying to actually have a conversation. Oh, yeah, I don't think you do, buddy. Yep. You smarting a little bit? I can't even fathom how intimidated I would be at this point. Look at everything you brought to the fight, and it's just obliterated. I mean, he's getting up thinking like, man, fucking Clayface can't even punch me that hard. Shit. You have to be rethinking your plan right now, right?
Yeah. I think his plan is absolutely going to plan.
I mean, it is, but... Shooting a lead bomb in order to disperse a kryptonite agent. Mm-hmm. Well played, sir. Well played. I mean, to his credit, he just stood up and tried to fight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but you know, Bruce is all about trying to convince himself that this isn't a person now.
Yeah, I know.
To his credit and detriment. Mm-hmm.
this coming up, man. One of the scariest things that could possibly happen. Mm-hmm. Yep. You find out there's a time limit here. Oof. So one of the questions we got asked was like, how the hell does he know how the fight gets all the way back to here? He's getting thrown about the city through several buildings. And how does it get there? I don't know if there's a like super specific answer to that.
Well, I don't think it's all over the city. It's just this one little...
It's kind of a block.
Like 2 buildings.
Yeah. Mm. If you've ever installed one of those sinks, by the way, that's what you'd like to do with them. God, this shot still fucks me up. Ugh, it's just such a physically... Ugh. Like, I think you would kill me picking me up that way. And that definitely would.
Mm-hmm. I mean, he actually has to, like, to use the popular word, he actually has to yeet Superman down there to get to that spear.
No, that's just throwing him. Yeet him.
Yeeting is throwing, though.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
They're different words for a reason.
No.
To throw is to throw. To yeet is to throw quickly. Mm. Oh. Another good speech. It's just a film full of good speeches, man. Oh.
All right. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeet. Informal, slang, humorous, used to express excitement or approval. As a noun, it is a type of dance with flailing arm motions popularized by social media website Vine.
Okay.
As a verb, to move quickly or to throw an object a long distance or with a sudden or forceful motion.
Ah, see, that's where it gets into hard to describe with just the word throw. I can't necessarily throw something with a like sudden motion like that.
But he threw it forcefully. He threw him forcefully. Therefore, he yeeted him.
No, you can throw forcefully. That would be called something else. Launching, maybe? He launched him.
See, the thing about yeet is you really use it. It really depends on the idiot who's saying the word.
I don't know. I think it still pretends a thing. All right. All these years pass now. How do you still feel about the Martha moment?
I'm fine with it.
I'm still fine with it. I'm still at a place where I'm fine with it, but I feel like just saying mom would have made more sense.
Yeah, but it doesn't make any. It doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, and
He has to say Martha.
Yeah, I could see it. And Jesus, like I love Ben's performance with the "Why did you say that name" thing. It's fantastic. I don't know. I am always in constant tumult with that moment. I could live with it in certain ways and love it in other ways, and sometimes I'm just annoyed. I never know how I'm going to feel about it.
Like, they don't suddenly become friends because their moms have the same first name. That's
I know. It's just it gives them something super relatable to get into. It's I don't know. I get it.
It's like it's the one thing he didn't count on.
Yeah.
See, this moment has to be there to restore Clark's faith in humanity as well.
Yeah.
It really, like Zach's right. It really is like the cornerstone of the movie. Like, it is such a huge moment.
I agree. The character development alone is just crucial, but you snarky man. This ends very poorly for them. Yeah, I'm sure they're fine. Probably a sprained ankle. God, that looks like so much fun, man.
Uh-huh.
Ugh. Like Bruce would just come in. He would come and find me at 1 PM just playing with the drones. What are you doing, Alfred? Nothing? Nothing?
It's like Bobby Moynihan. I love that they're shooting down into the hole, not realizing he's above them.
Yeah, he was
So good.
Yeah, the sheer scare tactics of it confused them so much, man. I mean, yeah, the whole scene's incredible, man. Oh, he tried. Oh, I love that shot.
Bastard.
Yeah. Just body slams a dude. Throws another over crate. Throws that crate into a guy and straight brains him.
Yep.
Ugh.
I feel like somebody just like pulled Zack over and was like, dude, you got to check out this Batman game. Like, this looks like Arkham Asylum.
Yeah,
or Arkham City. Ugh. Like the spittle and blood like spraying up as he's punching that dude.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Oh, finally gets dragged to the ground. Still fighting. Still hitting. Well, he was hitting two people once. Oh, no. Someone finally got him. Left shoulder.
Yanks the knife out.
Pops him.
Oh.
And where are we going to stab him? Welcome back, motherfucker. Oh. Oh.
Am I crazy or does KG
that you passed out? Because I'm pretty sure that's what just happened to that guy.
Oh, I don't know. Every time I see KG Beast, just for a second, I think is Gal Gadot. I'm not saying, I'm not saying she looks like a man. I'm saying he's a pretty man.
Got that high cheekbone thing going on.
I believe you.
And you got to go. I do kind of like that they're like, yeah, the cape, Yeah, you're right. That was a pretty good giveaway.
Don't do it, Lois. I'm gonna get rid of the thing.
Mm-hmm. Seemed like a good idea at the time.
Yeah, until there's a giant Kryptonian monster.
I mean, who can see that coming? In all fairness to her, that she just thought like, well, this will be the end of that. Toss it. Seriously, I know that's probably like a $12,000 overcoat or something, but just looks like PJs in a way.
You'll learn.
Mm-hmm.
I do think this is that is funny that Lex's plan to get rid of an all-powerful Superman is to create one that is more powerful.
Yeah, an evil Superman.
Just complete id Superman.
Yeah. Yeah. It really is like having, a stray cat that's in your basement, and you're like, what would help this is a pack of rabid coyotes.
It's that old cartoon.
Mm-hmm. Mm. I like the little head motion. Even if you are Superman, that thing's got to look scary.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he barely took down Zod when he was, normal.
Yeah.
He even saves Lex, by the way.
Yeah.
He just saves Lex Luthor there. This narrative that Superman doesn't save anyone in these movies just pisses me off.
Yeah, I get it.
Dude's so good, he saves the guy who just tried to kill his mother.
Yeah. I'm still fascinated by, he doesn't just, brute strength him. He's flying when he stops Doomsday's fist.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh. Just literally beating him over the head with his monument. That shit ain't even right.
People gave a lot of shit to this Doomsday design, but I mean, looks better than the Cloverfield monster.
Yeah. And he's going to look a lot better by the time they're done with him.
Yeah, since we're, actively talking about J.J. Abrams taking over now.
Yeah.
I couldn't even tell what that Cloverfield monster was supposed to be. Just
I'm still unsure.
Well, like a boiled cricket.
Lizard.
I said boiled cricket, I think. But
we'll settle on gecko.
Yeah. A parboiled gecko. A poached baby bird, maybe.
Yeah.
Oof. Lovely.
Mean boy.
You get him, boys. You get that gray Hulk.
Mm-hmm. I love this, hold on. It'll show it. This is when she goes, oh, okay. I'm going to have to intercede.
Yep.
That looked bad. Even Anderson Cooper's confused. I got to get out. See what's going on.
I don't think I've ever noticed before that woman said Miss Prince.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why I've never noticed it.
Yeah, he's come around on this Superman dude.
Mm-hmm.
See, something wrong about that scene, and I think purposeful. I think he might have ended it there we hadn't interceded with the nuke.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he had the right idea. It was... I mean, yeah, Doomsday is just like a mindless Hulk at this stage and doesn't have all the powers of a fucking nuclear device. You could just keep hitting him until he's so far in space he can't come back and, bounce back this way.
Yeah. I love that they're like, yeah, Stryker's Island. Oh, that's uninhabited.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Of course it is. You made it stronger, you dipshits.
Yeah. You made it stronger and more comics accurate. Oof. Speaking of comics accurate.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just captivated by what's happening sometimes.
Yeah, me too.
Imagine just hitting it and it's just jumping up after you. Oh no.
Mm-hmm.
Oof, that's such a creepy shot.
Of emaciated Superman?
Yeah. Even the return shot. Oh. Yep. Oh, finally the full theme unleashed.
Yay, Superman's back.
Mm-hmm. And he mad.
He's a bit of a prickly pear.
Well, some things had done happened that he wasn't happy about. Mm-hmm.
I just don't get how you don't love this movie.
I don't think it's certain scenes that I don't think anyone objected to certain scenes. Some people didn't like the premise, the basis of some of the characters, how they got included. It was a whole thing.
I know.
I just don't agree with a lot of them. Like the majority. Such a fun shot.
I like that. Like she hits his calf with her shield.
Yeah,
and it's like red hot.
Yeah. Shanks that Achilles heel later, but just slices the car open.
Mm-hmm.
He just grabs him by the cape while he's flying, and love that look she gives right before, like, oh, you want to play? Let's play. God, that's a terrifying moment.
Yeah. I get a little bit of a Star Trek 4 vibe in this scene.
Yeah.
When Kirk has to like dive in after the Klingon bird of prey is crashed into the bay and he has to like go get the whales out. And I'm just like, there's no way you have that much time, that much breathing, that much time to hold your breath, man.
Yeah.
But good job with the wig, because it doesn't look like you're wearing one. Yeah, there she goes. Fade away, Lois. Fade away. It's okay.
Yeah, she gone.
You know I'm the only person who gets to hold you under the water, Lois.
That's just for us. God.
Mm-hmm.
Frightening. They gave us that one moment, though. But dear God, frightening. Clever, though. Still, release the lead. Scamper away while you can.
Stop throwing the spear away.
You got to get it away from him. At least this time they just didn't like throw it into oblivion. They just were trying to get it away from him enough to revive him. Yeah. See, her approach to this fight is very much like,
finally, let's have some fun.
Yeah. Hadn't gotten to come off the leash in a while. Oh. Yeah, 2 movies. This Is My World is a huge payoff.
Mm-hmm.
That shit was not an accident.
Of course not.
Gotta love the score here. I mean, he honestly spent most of it just staying alive, but had the important tech when it mattered.
Mm-hmm. And the General Zod moment.
Yeah. Shank. It wasn't quite here. This is where I started first viewing. It was that music. That's when it started to kick in, the emotions. But coming up, oof, that hurt. That hurt.
Lois's reaction is just heartbreaking.
Yeah. Yeah, really good vocal work on the scoring too, man. It was
Batman freaking swaddled him.
Yeah. Like just lowering him down like an honored soldier. And yeah. Amy Adams, absolutely. Bringing it in for the win on the Jason choking up in the cinema bingo card.
Are you just saying words now?
Yes.
Just random words. Bingo card.
Is it called a bingo card?
I don't know.
I don't know. Whatever completes the motion.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, okay. Bingo card. Yeah, okay.
I think there was enough there to thinly grasp if you wanted to. But you had to really want. Oof. That shot was also like, I didn't realize how sad I was going to be when I saw that. I thought that was going to be like a badass Batman moment.
Mm-hmm.
When I finally saw it, I was already choking up a little bit.
They had the crosses.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And this was definitely not the theatrical cut.
Oh, no.
The communion.
This was weirdly released like, what?
The day after.
Was it the day after? I know it was quick, but...
Yeah, it was like the day after.
Oof. That was a couple weeks, but shit, yeah.
I thought it was the day after.
No, I'd bet on you, but... Still, it's a weird thing to have released. Hey, Spikey! We'll see you in a couple weeks, you bitch.
Now it just looks like that liquid just looks like strawberry jam or something.
I think cranberry sauce.
Okay.
But yes. Yeah. I'm with you. Mm. These were rough scenes to watch originally.
Yeah.
But it, I was still choked up, but not quite there yet. That's coming up, though.
So many casseroles.
I know.
Oh, there's
and
Pete.
they all, yeah.
Oh, there's the priest there.
Mm-hmm.
Creepy pedophile priest.
He just has that air to him, but bless his heart.
There's the picture with the trout or whatever it was.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the pain, man. Still great job with that.
Never would have guessed back when she was on Smallville, losing weight by eating people.
Yeah. Or even The Office.
Losing weight by eating people.
Also on The Office. Yeah. Naturally.
Yeah. Or she was on Buffy.
Losing weight by eating people.
Yeah.
As I remember.
Actually, I don't remember what she did on Buffy. I just remember she was on Buffy.
I have no idea. Could have been a vampire. Who knows?
Well, I wonder what she has to say about Joss.
Mm.
Oh, he was going to propose. That's so sad.
Yep. It was after that. The bagpipes and that moment with the ring got me. That's where I finally had some real fluid down the cheeks.
Yeah, I had fluid down my cheeks. But by this point in the theater, I had to piss really bad. No.
It's a different fluid. I forget where I'd actually bailed to just go to the bathroom. Maybe
I don't remember when you left.
I'm sure it happened. I don't think there's anyone in the crowd of the funeral that I'm supposed to recognize.
Yeah, probably.
Just knowing everyone. Yeah, probably. Yeah, full send off there. Hint, hint.
Mm-hmm.
The old black and silver.
I love the cutting between the official Superman funeral and the for real Clark funeral.
Yeah. Yeah. It's got to be an unforgiving job, like speaking at a funeral.
Oh, Brucey.
Mm-hmm.
Standing over there.
Mm-hmm.
Thinking about turtle soup.
I don't know how you got there, and
I just accidentally made that voice.
I don't love it.
I accidentally did the voice.
Gotcha.
It's from Swamp Thing, if you don't know.
Yeah. Such good line. I won't fail him in death. Yeah. The themes and the lines they hit in this movie were just so much fun, man. And one of the best coming up. Yeah, love it. Like, makes you want to be a better person. If you seek his monument. Good stuff. Ooh, I didn't realize that. They just used the goalpost thing again on the associate producer shirt. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
The goalpost Y. God, this is another just amazing fucking stealth bat moment coming up.
Mm-hmm.
He takes that well.
Mm-hmm.
And not without notice, that's pretty much where we pick up after the, when the trailer for Snyder Cut starts.
And the flipped over
Right.
painting.
Yep. Yeah. That painting metaphor, man, like the self-fulfilling prophecy part.
And now the path.
And the path. And the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Another big payoff coming up in that trailer, though.
All right.
God, the just last almost hour of that thing is there's just nothing to say. You're just watching. It's gripping.
Yeah, it's hard to talk. And I struggled again, knowing that we're recording a podcast, but every time you're talking, I'm like, shh.
Shut your face. We're watching a thing. I'm gonna miss something.
Ben's talking.
Mm-hmm.
Lois is talking. Clark is talking.
Jenny got another moment. Let's see what happens there.
I feel like it's odor now. Come on.
Yeah.
All right. Thank everyone. Thank y'all. Thank you. We're not supposed to mention the plural. I don't know. Thank you guys for listening. I don't give a shit. DCOnscreen.com. We'll be coming back next week with, I guess Justice League.
Oh, we are at that point, aren't we?
Mm-hmm. And I'm kind of excited because it's been a minute. It has been a damn minute since I watched that one.
I can't remember how long, but me too.
It's not one to go back for often.
No, it's a rarity. I occasionally just have it on in the background.
Mm-hmm.
Only very occasionally. And mostly because it's not, I don't know, it's not like as humanistically violent, I guess. It's more cartoon violent.
Yeah.
So if I'm at home and the daughter walks in and, she watches a few minutes of it, the wife doesn't freak out about, oh, it's so violent.
Uh-huh.
Like, yeah, it's like violent in the way that, Wile E. Coyote and Roadrunner are. But it'd be all right.
Yeah. You should just time it to where like the wife and the daughter come home exactly at the point where Al Mann and Silk Spectre are getting it on to Leonard Cohen and Watchmen.
Mm-hmm. You say that like it hadn't happened.
You timed it?
No, I didn't time it. It just...
It's like, what kind of superhero porn is this?
I'm... All right, so in the basement sometimes we have a television out there that's a Roku TV, and sometimes I'll just kind of, click around and throw it on so I can walk through and just see a few minutes of Watchmen sometimes in the background. Mm-hmm. And then occasionally I'll forget it's on because it's like a 3.5 hour fucking movie. And the wife will come home with the kid and be like, what the hell was that? Yeah, it's which part didn't you see?
It's always Al Mann and Silk Spectre.
It's
the only part of the movie she's ever seen.
Yeah.
It's like there were like 3 separate occasions where my brother-in-law stumbled upon watching Star Trek: The Next Generation. He had never seen any Star Trek. Out of whatever it was, 680 something hours of Star Trek, not counting the movies, he stumbled upon the same horrible episode, possibly the worst episode of The Next Generation, and was just convinced it wasn't for him. He's like, every time I watch it, it's just like they're de-evolving. And I'm like, no, you watched that same episode. It's Genesis from Next Generation. It's nothing. No, it's so bad. like, how do I keep watching? I don't know.
Yeah, it happens.
And you'll love this. I'm on the phone with him one day, and I'm up here at the at this little thrift store on Parkway, and walking around. They have like a little VHS section, and I walk up, and I'm like, dude, you're not gonna believe this. They have a VHS of that Next Generation episode that you've seen like 4 times. And he was like, what? Really? The one where they're de-evolving? And I'm like, yes.
So naturally, you got it for him.
I almost did. But he was just like, man, the universe just does not want me to like Star Trek.
It happens. I maintain there's a weird thing that the universe kind of does where like you can be, 99 people out of 100 may just like love a restaurant or a service or whatever the fuck it is. And you could just be the one person that the universe has decided. Nope. Every time you go in, they're going to have crap service and serve you cold food.
That's what happened with me and Saul's Barbecue.
Yep, I know.
It's like 3 or 4 different locations all over Birmingham. I've tried them all. Don't like any of them. It's always been awful.
A stellar fucking business with fantastic food. And for some reason, the universe was like, no, you two, you're not going to get along.
Yep. Like every time I go in there, it's like,
don't come crying to me, ho.
Well, it turns out we only had one baker left, and it's been sitting out for 4.5 hours. I don't know how that works statistically, because we sell these by, like about 30 an hour, but this one's really old. Here you go.
And I know you ordered chicken, but all we had left was this stuff in the back that was labeled poultry in quotation marks.
I don't know what's in our pulled pork tonight.
We slapped some expired sauce on it and gave it to you because that's all we had. Good luck.
The pulled pork kind of has the consistency of bone shard, but
yeah.
Anywho, thanks for listening. We'll see you next week. Until then, keep some DC on your screen. Our intro music is by Jason Goss and Michael Shackelford. Michael's band, Galactic Engineers of Magnetic Sounds, or GEMS, can be found on SoundCloud and Bandcamp. Visit DCOnScreen.com to find our Patreon, merch, contact information, and every episode of the show for free, including crossovers we've done with other podcasts. DC On Screen is a maladjusted production. For more from me and Jason, including sketch comedy, vlogs, parodies, and our improvised web series Hey Guy, visit maladjusted.tv.
Lucky Land Casino, asking people, what's the weirdest place you've gotten lucky?
Lucky? In line at the deli, I guess?
Aha, in my dentist's office. More than once, actually.
Do I have to say?
Yes, you do.
In the car before my kids' PTA meeting.
Really?
Yes.
Excuse me, what's the weirdest place you've gotten lucky?
I never win and tell.
Well, there you have it. You can get lucky anywhere, playing at LuckyLandSlots.com. Play for free right now. Are you feeling lucky? No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
See care in a new light at Madonna Rehabilitation Hospitals, where top medical minds lift you up, where the very best in specialized rehabilitation brings out your very best, where over 60 years of breakthroughs in research and technology spark your newfound strength. In our world-class hospitals, this is something greater than rehabilitation. It's renewed strength for life. Learn more at MadonnaRehab.org.